JavaFX UI control sample in JavaFX. Here you can see a JavaFX UI control sample. The illustration shows a sample UI and JavaFX UI controls. The controls are presented in rows. Each row correspond to a particular type of UI control. Top row contains 4 buttons. The left button in the row has cancel option, a cancel caption on it. The next button has neither a caption nor a graphics. Third button has both caption and graphics. The fourth button has the cancel caption and is highlighted. The second row shows toggle button. Left toggle button has the first caption on it. The next button has the second caption and looks pressed. The third button has the third caption on it. Fourth button has no caption. The rightmost button in the row has a long description that reads long and really long. Third row contains 2 hyperlinks. First hyperlink has only the textual caption, "Hello, I am a hyperlink." The second hyperlink has both an icon and the text caption. I have an icon too. Fourth row present 3 checkboxes. Left checkbox is not selected and has the caption, "Hit me, dude." The center checkbox is the undefined state and has the caption, "Are you sure?" The right checkbox is the selected state and has the caption, "There you go." Fifth row shows 2 radio buttons. Left radio button is unselected and has the caption "Bye." The right radio button is selected and has the caption "Hello." The sixth row contains menu buttons. The left button has a down arrow that indicates that the menu expands downwards. The right button has the right arrow that indicates that menu expands right side. The seventh row shows the scroll window view component. It presents a scrollable area with both vertical and horizontal scroll bars. Eighth row presents 2 progress bars. First progress bar indicates progress of approximately 25%. The second bar is the indefinite state. Ninth row shows the progress indicator in the indeterminate state. 10th row present 2 list view component. The left list view has a vertical scroll bar following elements: item 0, item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. The second list view has a horizontal scroll bar and list following the element 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The JavaFX UI controls available through the JavaFX API are built by using nodes in the scene graph. They can take a full advantage of visually rich features of the JavaFX platform and are portable across different platforms. JavaFX CSS allows for theming and skinning of the UI controls. This figure shows some of the UI controls that are currently supported. New Java UI controls like title pane or accordion have been introduced with the JavaFX SDK. The new controls reside in the javafx.scene.control package. For more details, log information about all the available JavaFX UI controls, see JavaFX UI controls document in the API and the API documentation for the javafx.scene.control. The class button, a simple button control. Button control can contain text or a graphic. Button control has 3 different modes: normal push buttons, The default button is rendered differently to make the apparent to users that that should be the default choice should be. They can be unclear as to what should be selected. The behavior of the default button differs depending on the platform in which represented. In Windows and Linux, the default button receives an enter key presses when it has the focus. When the default button does not have the focus is on another button control, the enter key press will be received to the other non-default button. When the focus is elsewhere in the user interface and not on any button, the enter key press will be received by the default button if one is specified, or if no other node in the scene consumes it first. In Mac OS X, the default button is the only button in the user interface that responds to the enter key press. If focus is on another non-default button, the enter is pressed, the event is only received by the default button. On Mac OS, the only way to fire a non-default button is through space key. The cancel button is the button that receives keyboard VK_ESC press if no other node is in the scene consumes it. Toggle button. The class toggle button. The toggle button is a specialized control which has the ability to be selected. Typically, a toggle button is rendered similarity to a button. However, there are two different types of controls. The button is a command button which invokes a function when clicked. A toggle button is, on the other hand, a simply control with a boolean indicating whether it has been selected. Class hyperlink, an HTML-like label which can be a graphic and or text which responds to rollovers and clicks. When a hyperlink is clicked or pressed is visited becomes true. A hyperlink behaves just like a button. When a hyperlink is pressed and released, an action event is sent, and your application can perform some action based on this event. Class checkbox. A tri-state selection control typically is skinned as a box with the check mark or tick mark when checked. A checkbox control can be in one of three states: checked, indeterminate, false, checked true, intermediate equal false, and checks equal true. Unchecked, indeterminate equal false and check equal false. Undefined, indeterminate equal true. If checkbox is checked, then it is also by definition defined. When checked, the checkbox is typically rendered with the check or tick mark. The checkbox is in this state is selected is true and indeterminate is false. Radio button. The class radio button. The radio buttons create a series of items where only one item can be selected. Radio buttons are a specified toggle button. When radio button is pressed and released, an action event is sent. Your application can perform some action based on this event by implementing an event handler to process the action event. Class menu button. Menu button is a button which, when clicked or pressed, will show a context menu. The menu button shares a very similar APIs to the menu control, insofar that you set the items that should be shown in the items observable list, and there is a text property to specify the label shown within the menu button. Progress bar. The class progress bar, and specialization of the progress indicator, which is represented as a horizontal bar. The class progress indicator, a circular controller which is used to indicate for indicating progress either indefinite, so either infinite, also known as indeterminate, or finite, often used with the task API for representing progress of background tasks. A list view, the class list view T. A list view displays the horizontal or vertical list of items from which the user may select or which the user may interact. A list view is able to have its generic type set to represent the type of data in the backing model. Doing this has the benefit of making various methods in the list view, as well as supporting classes mentioned, supported classes type shape. In addition, making use of generic type supports substantially specified development of applications making use of list view, as all modern IDEs are able to autocomplete far more sufficiently with the additional type information. Here you can see buttons, and here toggle buttons and hyperlinks here. Checkbox, normal, undefined and selected. Radio buttons, menu buttons, scroll view, progress bar, progress indicator is indeterminate, list views here. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.